A lot of folks know Sam and his 1932 five-window coupe. For those who don't know him, here is an introduction. Sam is quite a guy. He's owned this 1932 Ford coupe since he was 17. He's now 78 or 79, depending on the date of his birthday. Back in the early 50s, Sam read a lot of hot rod magazines and dreamed of owning an honest-to-goodness Ford hot rod. And then, one day, he spotted the ideal car at a dealership. He walked in the door and bought it outright. With Sam, I didn't need to ask a lot of questions, so I'll let him tell you his story just the way he told it to me.
I didn't have my driver's license at the time, and I had to get my dad to come down and buy the car for me. I had the money, and he brought the car home for me. I had read many magazines from California, and I started making a hot rod out of it. I did a lot of work on this car. I put an Oldsmobile engine in it and ran out of money, and finally had to stall the project till later on in life. I then proceeded to live my life, and I married and raised kids, and when I retired, I brought the project back on life. I brought it back up, put the full fenders back on, finished it all up, and it's been on the road now for about 15 years. It's got about 38,000 kilometers on it now. It has a Chevrolet motor, Mustang rear end, tilt steering wheel out of a Chevrolet, and I've had many happy times with it.
Back then, as today, the 32 Ford symbolizes one of the ideal makes and models for a hot rod. Light body, yet strong enough frame for a big engine. Now there's a 350 Chevy engine under the hood. I asked him why he chose this car.
I worked at a gas station and I had a magazine shop, and I was reading magazines, and I was reading about these cars from California. And the 32s and the 34s were the car to have. And when I was 17 and I saw this car, I had to have it.
The coupe was far from new when he bought it back in the 50s, and it cost $150. Quite a price for a 17-year-old way back then.
It was a lot of money, but I was a carryout boy at the Dominion store, and I had saved all my money up, and I was ready when the car come available.
This five-window coupe is taken to a lot of car shows and cruise nights, and Sam says it purrs like a kitten on the highway. Now you know the inside story of Sam's 1932 Ford. These videos are all about providing a mirror image of ourselves to our group of car enthusiasts. We have a great bunch of guys and gals, and they're a way of getting to know each other a little better. Thank you for viewing. Have a safe winter. And come spring, we'll see you at the car shows and cruise nights.